Good afternoon, everybody. I am at Disney Springs. We're about to embark on yet another bus roulette, but I thought I would stop first because I was getting pretty hungry and I smelled the fish and chips over here at Cookes of Dublin. But you know what? One of the things that I have never tried here is their burger. So I thought we would stop and we'd try the burger here at Cookes of Dublin because it's always good to have another place to get a burger.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the greatest show on earth.
So they have two burgers. The Jameson barbecue burger has Irish whiskey barbecue, onion ring, Dubliner cheese, and arugula. And the one that I got was the Dubliner, which is grilled sirloin with gourmet ketchup, Dubliner cheese, garlic mayo, and mixed green. Okay, so first off, the chips here are always excellent. I had them many times with the fish and chips. They're hot and crispy and robust. Great flavor. Now, I mean, obviously the traditional way to eat these is with malt vinegar. I'm just not really a huge malt vinegar fan, so I opt for the Americanized ketchup version. All right, let's try to get into this burger. So the burger is well seasoned. The cheese is mild. That homemade ketchup is outstanding. And the mixed greens are a good, fresh addition. So it's a very good burger. I'm not sure I'd say that's my favorite burger here at Disney Springs. If you want to come here, somebody wants fish and chips, but somebody's a picky eater and just really wants a burger, can't go wrong with this one. Dollar for dollar for a great quick service meal here in Disney Springs. Can't ever go wrong with Cookes of Dublin. Okay, so I was sort of not honest completely. We are going to go play bus roulette today, but we're gonna play it just a little bit differently. I don't know if you recognize where we are here at Disney Springs, but let me go show you. So if you haven't figured it out yet, we're getting on the Saratoga riverboat and we're gonna head over to Saratoga Springs. Okay, so right off the boat, we are right outside the main building. Well, we're on the back side of the main building. From here, you can see the entry to the Disney Lake Buena Vista Golf Course. This is where you will come for the pro shop. And then right above that is the Turf Club Bar and Grill. We'll talk about that more in a moment. Okay, so just to get this out of the way, we're gonna talk about the history of the resort here in a moment, but I just wanted to show you this map. This is the largest DVC resort on property. It's kind of grown over the years, but there's a couple of different sections. The Springs is the main area. This is where we are now, kind of in this area. We're on the backside right down here. But going to the right, you have Congress Park, you have the paddock, the carousel, the grandstand, and you also have the Treehouse Villas. Okay, so a little bit of history about Saratoga Springs. So Saratoga Springs was originally conceived and built as the Walt Disney World Conference Center. That was back in August of 1980. It was later converted into the Disney Institute. So the Disney Institute, which it later became, is a professional development and external training arm of the Walt Disney World Company. This was sort of spearheaded by Michael Eisner back in the late 80s. So it was converted at that point to the Disney Institute Resort, which was a resort and learning center. It opened actually in 1996. It was envisioned as a new direction in vacationing, one that was more about hands-on learning, personal development, and interactivity rather than the more passive entertainment-based experience traditionally offered by Disney. So over the years, the Institute's original curriculum was pared down just due to lackluster attendance, and then the main public campus closed in 2003 to become Disney Saratoga Springs. Saratoga is your typical DVC resort. There are different kinds of accommodations. There are studios, there are 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, and then the 3 bedroom grand villa accommodations here. As it was converted over, it was created in a couple of different phases. Phase 1 opened in 2004, Phase 2 was in 2005, Phase 3 was 2007, and Phase 4 was the Treehouse Villas, and that was in 2009. Now, if I remember my Disney history, I believe that the Treehouse Villas were original to an earlier iteration, and they were used for a while as college program housing and then they were converted back into the resort back in that 2009 period. So the resort as it is now was opened in 2004. It's based on the city of Saratoga Springs, New York. So when we go inside in a few minutes, you're going to see lots of horse memorabilia, racing memorabilia, because of the big racetrack there at Saratoga Springs. And the interesting fact about Saratoga is that you will not find a palm tree on the grounds here at Saratoga, because they did painstakingly used only trees that you would actually find in that area of New York. Down at the bottom of the building where the pro shop is the Chippendales Cafe. This is where, if you're a golfer or the 9th hole, you can stop and get a snack. This is the patio for the turf club. So I'm gonna insert some footage of Jen and I having dinner here right now. So I just wanted to pop in here real quick and give a review of Turf Club. It was Jen and I's first time ever eating there. I'm gonna give it a
like 1 out of 5.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay.
I would probably give it a 3.
I had the prime rib. It was okay. We had the charcuterie board. Really kind of, you could have made something better at home. Jen had chicken.
Yeah, the sauce was really good on that. I think the vegetables were undercooked, especially for me anyway. I like mine cooked.
Here's my thought, is that if you're staying at Saratoga and you don't want to leave, okay. But here's the thing, you're staying at Saratoga. It's right across the street from Disney Springs.
And there's so much better places here.
So many better places at the Springs. I would definitely go over there. We each had an entree, we had an appetizer, and we each had one drink. Now, there's a deal going on right now. You get 40% off. There's an 18% auto grat. So essentially, you're getting 20% off. And it was $105. That, for me, was not a $105 meal after a 20% discount.
Right, no.
So, but hey, at the end of the day, it's another one that we're gonna knock off the list. It's another restaurant eating at. Probably won't go back anytime soon. Next to the Turf Club is the Artist Palette and the Carriage House. So the Artist Palette is the quick service arm of the Saratoga Springs Resort. Here you have sandwiches, pizza, I have a plant-based gyro and chicken strips, sort of your standard sort of quick service cuisine. So a couple of different things, and they do have a nice pastry case over there.
I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars, I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me.
So this is not the grandest entrance to a resort I've ever seen. This is the porte cochere. From here you walk through the right-hand side of the building into the check-in area. I know I don't really like recording pools because, you know, it just feels like an invasion of privacy. But I do want to mention that there is a splash pad over here and then a slide. There's a bar down here and a snack bar along with the arcade across the way. And then the next thing you're going to run into is Senses Spa. Now the sign says that Senses Spa is currently closed. I don't know, honestly, if it's reopened since the pandemic or not. So I looked online and it does say that Senses is currently closed. I found a news article that stated that it was going to reopen in January of 2022. I don't know if that ever happened or if maybe it opened and then it reclosed, plans changed, but it is now currently not operating. So across the way from the pool, at the bottom of the Springs, this is the Springs bus stop. There are 5 or 6 different bus stops here, but this is the main one by the main building. Here we come across Horsing Around Rentals. This is where you can rent a bicycle or a Surrey bike. $9 for 60 minutes, $18 all day, 2-seat Surrey or a 4-seat Surrey. Next to Horsing Around is the Community Hall. In Community Hall, they do like activities throughout the day, some for kids, some for adults, but you can always come here. There's always going to be a a board somewhere with the events that are going on, and so you can always check and see what's happening. Okay, so from Community Hall, we pass the guest laundry, and then right next door to that is the DVC Preview Center. Here at the Preview Center is where they have mock-ups of the DVC rooms. This is also where you'll meet with your DVC consultant. I believe the building right here is all the mock-up rooms where you can go and see all the different available DVC properties.
Dreaming of a magical vacation to Central Florida or a cruise getaway? Look no further than Sunshine Tree Travel. We're your experts in booking trips to Walt Disney World, Universal Studios, and amazing cruise line packages. Our experienced team offers personalized service, and the best part? No fees for our services. Let us make your travel dreams come true. Contact us today at www.sunshinetreetravel.com. Sunshine Tree Travel, your gateway to unforgettable vacations.
So this brings us back to the map for a second. So sort of the only other thing that I haven't shown you that's here is the sports courts. There are a couple of tennis courts and a basketball court. We're not going to walk over there just because it's the opposite direction. But if you were to keep walking the direction that I'm going, you'll end up over here at Congress Park. So if you want to stay here and you want to be able to have access to Disney Springs easily, Congress Park is the area that allows you to walk to Disney Springs. Now, I mean, you can walk from anywhere, but that is the closest that gets you over there to the walkway. Now, we're going to head over to the grandstand area. We're going to take a look at the grandstand. We're not going to go around and look at all of these. They're all going to be relatively the same. We're going to go look at the grandstand area, and then we're going to walk over and look at the Treehouse Villas. So the golf course winds in and out of Saratoga Springs. So if you're a golf fan and you plan on playing a couple of rounds of golf, or you're a fan of Disney Springs and want to be really close to the springs, this is definitely the resort for you. Now, obviously, we've talked about this in the past. You can be a DVC owner and use your DVC points here at Saratoga Springs, or you can also rent points from a DVC reseller like DVC by Request or David's DVC Rental, or you can book them directly off of the Disney website. Now, that's the most expensive option, but you can do it. From grandstand behind us, in between all the golf course holes, we're gonna head over here to the Treehouse Villas. So each one of the Treehouse Villas has a little entryway and a grill, steps leading up to your private patio and table, and then the actual treehouse itself. A lot of the tree houses are back in the woods in this kind of swampy looking area. So it is very Florida Everglades feeling back here. There are parking spaces for each of the tree houses in different areas. There's also a pool in this area. And then there is a separate boat and bus service that comes into the tree houses. From here you can catch the boat along the Sassagoula River. They also have a couple of ADA compliant ones with a ramp that leads up to the top of the treehouse. Okay, so we walked over from the grandstand over here, walked up this way, up the main road, and now we are here at the other end. So there's two bus stops here in the Treehouse Villas, along with the boat dock that we looked at. So again, you can go by boat or you can go by bus. We're gonna take bus back to Saratoga Springs, which is gonna bring us back over here to the Springs stop. And then we're gonna jump on another bus from there back to Disney Springs. So back from the Treehouse Villas, I took the bus back to the Springs bus stop, where I'm going to wait here for another bus to take me back to Disney Springs where the car is parked. Now, again, just to kind of go back over what we were talking about earlier, to get to Disney Springs from here, I could take the bus, I could walk, or I could take the boat. I've brought the boat over here. I've already done enough walking, so we're gonna take the bus back. But I wanted to kind of sum up my experience here at Saratoga Springs. This is a sprawling resort, and I only brought you a tiny portion of it. It's very, very big. Accommodations are very nice, especially if you like the 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom or even 3-bedroom style accommodations. Fantastic resort for that. As far as like, if you're here for the Disney theming, this is not the place for you. There's not very much of it. There's a little bit of Disney around the pool. There's a little bit of Disney in the gift shop, but that's about it. There's not much Disney. You could come and stay here and not even know you're at Disney World. Almost. This is not the easiest resort to get around. You have to take an internal bus to the main lobby area if you're in one of the outer buildings, unless you want to do a whole lot of walking. I would say if you're a family with young kids, this is probably not the best choice for you, unless the space is what you're going to value over anything else. The treehouse villas are really, really cool, but just know those aren't easy. You can't easily get anywhere. Now there are 2 options, like we talked about, the boat and the bus. But I waited for a full revolution of the bus. When I got to the bus stop, the bus was just leaving, and I waited until the next one. And it was about 30 minutes. So just know, if you miss that bus, you're going to be waiting a while. Same thing with the boats. They're only going to take you to Disney Springs. If you're trying to get to a theme park, you're going to have to take the internal treehouse bus to Saratoga Springs. And from here at the spring stop, you can transfer to a theme park bus. Overall, beautiful resort, very close to Disney Springs. If you value Disney Springs, you value your DVC amenities and the extra space, then this is a great resort for that. But guys, thank you as always for coming along with me on these tours. And I'm glad that we finally got to walk around Saratoga Springs today. So, as always, if never lost, then never found. So go get lost.
This town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me. No, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me. No, no, nothing can break me.